It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca. Have you ever sat back and realized that we were all kind of dropped into this world without a manual, but we were all handed a wallet full of a currency we can never remake? And no, I'm not talking about dollars, euros, or crypto. I'm talking about time. More specifically, our youth. That window of life where our bodies don't randomly ache, our brains are like sponges, and our energy is at its absolute peak. But the second we step into adulthood, the world offers us a deal. It's pretty simple, and honestly, it sounds tempting at first. It says, hey, give us the best hours of your best years, and in return, we'll give you this paper called money. If you really stop and look at the math, it's a bit wild, isn't it? We are trading a finite asset, something we are actively running out of, for a commodity that governments can just print more of, and that loses value anyway because of inflation. Every single morning, millions of us wake up to an alarm, drag ourselves through traffic, and sit in front of a screen until the sun goes down. We spend 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week building someone else's dream, fixing someone else's problems, and dealing with office politics. And what do we get? A digital number that pops up on our phone once a month. We call this stability. We call it making a living. But if you look at the ledger of your life, you have to ask yourself, how did we convince ourselves that trading our only life for pieces of paper was a fair trade? Let's really break down what a typical 9-to-5 actually takes from you, because it's never just 8 hours. That's the marketing brochure version. In reality, the trade begins the night before. It's that Sunday night anxiety, the Sunday scaries, where you can't even enjoy your evening, because your brain is already dreading the Monday morning spreadsheet. Then Monday comes. You wake up early, you rush through breakfast, you commute for an hour through stressful traffic or crowded trains. You get to the office, you give them your peak cognitive energy, the absolute sharpest hours of your day, and then you commute back, completely drained. By the time you get home at 6 or 7 p.m., what's left of you? You have just enough energy to microwave some food, scroll mindlessly on your phone for 2 hours, watch a Netflix show you've already seen 3 times, and pass out. Think about that. The corporate world gets you when you are fresh, caffeinated, and sharp. Your loved ones, your hobbies, and your own passions get the leftover crumbs at the end of the day. You are giving your best self to a company that would post your job opening on LinkedIn before your obituary is even written if you dropped dead tomorrow. It sounds harsh, but we all know it's true. Now, don't get me wrong, working isn't a bad thing. As humans, we actually need to work. We need goals, we need challenges, and we need to feel useful. A life with zero work or zero responsibility usually leads to a different kind of misery. The real trap isn't work itself, it's the way the modern 9-to-5 system is set up. It operates on this massive societal system of delayed gratification. It constantly whispers to us, just grind now, sell your youth today so you can buy your freedom back later. We are told to give it our all in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, under the promise that at age 65, we can finally log off, relax, and enjoy our lives. But here's the massive glitch in that math. You can't buy back your 20-year-old knees. You can't buy back the stamina to backpack across the world without feeling completely exhausted. You can't buy back the years when your kids were small and actually wanted to hang out with you, or the years when your parents were still healthy and active enough to travel with you. When we finally retire at 60 or 65, we are essentially trying to buy back our time at a massive premium, using a mind and a body that have already been heavily taxed by decades of chronic stress, bad office coffee, and sitting in ergonomic chairs that aren't actually ergonomic. Without realizing it, we are short-selling our own lives. We're betting that we'll live long enough and be healthy enough to enjoy the crumbs at the finish line. That's a pretty high-stakes gamble for a game we only get to play once. If this journey into the mind brings you comfort, consider subscribing to stay along. So why do we stay? If the math is so bad, why do millions of brilliant, creative people stick around in jobs they don't even like? It's because of a psychological trap. When you first start out, you just want to pay rent and buy groceries. But as your salary grows, your lifestyle grows with it. You get a nicer apartment. Then you get a car payment. Then you start eating at fancier restaurants and buying nicer clothes. To compensate for how stressed you are at work, we literally spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need. just to impress people we don't like because we're unhappy with the job that pays for it all. It's a vicious circular loop. Suddenly, you can't leave. You are trapped by your own comfort. The 9 to 5 stops being a stepping stone and becomes a cage. But the bars are built out of our own comfort. It's that steady paycheck hitting your account every month like clockwork. It becomes this comforting routine that slowly numbs the quiet panic of watching your years slip away. We get so hooked on the safety of knowing what tomorrow looks like that we completely forget what we were actually capable of before we signed the contract. When you look at it this way, the daily grind stops being just a routine. It starts looking like a quiet, slow-motion crisis. Every hour you spend sitting in a pointless meeting that definitely could have been an email, that's not just an hour of work lost. That's an hour of your youth gone forever. It's a one-way transaction. The universe doesn't offer refunds. So what's the alternative? Are we all supposed to quit our jobs tomorrow? Throw our phones in the river and go live off the grid? Obviously not. Let's be real. We live in the real world. We have bills to pay, groceries to buy, and rent due. We need the paper. The shift shouldn't be about doing something reckless. It's about having radical awareness. Once you understand the existential math, your relationship with your job completely changes. You stop letting your job define your identity. When someone asks you at a party, "What do you do?" you stop answering with your corporate title. Your job is no longer who you are. It's just a client you do business with. You start becoming a smarter investor of your own time. If you have to sell your youth to survive, you need to make sure you're getting way more than just a paycheck. Demand leverage. Treat your day job not as your final destination, but as the venture capitalist funding the life you actually want to live. How do you actually do that in real life? You start treating your 9 to 5 like a school that pays you. While you are there, don't just do your tasks mindlessly. Learn how the business actually works. Learn marketing, learn sales, learn project management, learn how to talk to difficult people. Use their internet, their software, and their projects to make yourself a more valuable human being. And then, when you get home, instead of giving your remaining 3 hours to Netflix or TikTok, you invest them into building your own exit strategy. Maybe that's working on a personal project that actually makes you feel alive, learning a skill that belongs to you and not your boss, or just quietly mapping out a life where you call the shots. You stop buying things just to feel a temporary high, and you start saving money to buy back your own autonomy. The goal is to slowly shift from selling your time by the hour to building a life where your time actually belongs to you. That is the only way to break the math of the 9 to 5. At the end of the day, the ultimate goal of this life math isn't to die with the biggest pile of paper or the fanciest corporate title on your tombstone. Nobody ever lay on their deathbed wishing they had spent more hours at the office or answered just one more client email at 11 p.m. The ultimate goal is to reach a point where you can buy yourself out of the contract. True wealth isn't about how much money is in your bank account. It's about how much control you have over your Tuesday morning. Can you wake up on a Tuesday at 10 a.m., look outside at the rain, and decide to just sit there, drink coffee, and read a book without asking a boss for permission? If you can do that, you are richer than most people. We've got to stop letting the clock run out while we wait for the perfect time to start living. Look closely at how you're spending your days. Guard your hours fiercely. Say no to things that drain your soul just to put a few extra pennies in your pocket. Never forget that the money we chase can always be earned back, multiplied, or recovered. If you lose 10 grand today, you can make it back next year. But your youth, your 20s, your 30s, your health, your absolute prime, that is a one-way street with no U-turns. So take a good look at your calendar and look at your life ledger, because at the end of the day, you aren't just giving a company your labor. You are handing them your finite, unrepeatable life, 1 hour at a time. Just make sure that whatever they are paying you is actually worth what you're giving up. That's it for today's video. I hope this brings some value and helps you look at your time a little differently. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.